Hi everybody, this is Jenny Day, back to another video tutorial. It's good to be back with you again. I had to take a little break from videos as I was taking care of some family issues, but it's good to be back, and the new catalog is out and there's new products and new things and projects to do. So I thought what I would do is start with showing you the brand new catalog that came out. This is what it looks like for Stampin' Up 2014, and in it are some brand new stamps and products, and I'm going to showcase a couple of them today. What I'm going to do is show you this really neat project today. It's called the Window Slider Card, Magic Card, and you can see a black and white image inside the card, and then when you pull it up, it magically has color, and that is just really fun to do, fun to get in the mail, and easy to do. So I thought we would make that project today. And then also I wanted to talk to you about Blendibilities markers, the new markers from Stampin' Up that are alcohol based. So I will demonstrate that as well. So let's get started on this new window magic card. You need one piece of cardstock, 11.5 by 11 by 8.5. Always mess that up. So we're using crushed curry, and then we also have two pieces here, a whisper white in 3.5 by 5 and a window sheet. That is the same, 3.5 by 5. Let me tell you about window sheets. Window sheets are on page 192 in the new catalog, and they come in a package of 2, and they come 12 by 12, and they're $4.95. And you can do so many things with them, especially with Stays-On ink. There's a black ink and now a new white Stays-On ink. So you'll be able to make pretty projects with that, and I think sometimes it gets overlooked. So we're going to take it out, dust it off, and make something fun with it. So for the instructions for this card, you take your, I had some of this already done because it's kind of a few steps, but so for your measurements, your 8.5 side of cardstock, you want to score that at 4.5. So you score that at 4.5, no, 4 1/4. Let's not mess that up. On the scorer, and then you turn it, and on the long side, you score that at 5.5. Okay, we got that? 4 1/4, 5.5. Then you'll go to your cutter, and you're going to cut, pretend like these sections are A, B, C, and D. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut the whole C square out. Yeah, it looks like I cut a little more, but just cut it right straight down the line that you already scored on. Save this piece because we'll use that later. Now what you also want to do is you want to cut 1/8 of an inch, see, I'll show you the scrap, off the bottom, and you want to cut the same amount off the side, 1/8 of an inch. So you're left with A, B, and D, basically. So when you put it together, you'll be folding it like this. But we have to do a few things to it first before we assemble it. So I wanted to show you a little trick that had to do with, instead of using your circle cutter, you can use the circle framelits, but let me show you how to do that. So eyeball it is in the middle as you can, and then you're going to flip this over when you run it through, because if you do it this way, you're going to cut 2 circles. So this will cut 1 circle, and it won't hurt the back side of your card. It'll make a little impression, but it's not going to hurt it too much. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to pass this through the big shot, and I'll show you what we're left with. Okay, so when we take it out, it's exactly what you want. So you have a circle, and then that came out. Then you have a circle, just a mark on the back, but you're not going to see that. And when you close it, you're going to have your circle right there. Now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to take a round punch. You can use any round punch, actually will do. And try to eyeball that. Just try not to throw the card. Try to eyeball it as in the center as you can. Oh, I was probably off a tiny bit, but that's okay. So you'll notice that there's the inside of your card. Now we're going to do one more thing with the Big Shot, and that is emboss the outside. So we'll take our polka dot embossing folder. Make sure that you have it the right way. You don't want to emboss it the wrong way. So this is the front, and then we can pass it through just like that. Work my muscles here. There we go. Perfect. So, in fact, since it was a little hard to turn, you can also go down one on your machine there. So there you go. It shuts really nice. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping for the inside. So let's set the card base aside, and we're going to stamp on both of our pieces here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig, because it shows me where I need to line up both of my papers. So for the first one, we're going to stamp both, let's see, my original card. We're going to stamp first in the crushed curry. And you know what, we're going to use the main image for that, but for now we're going to just stamp that. This is from the Gorgeous Grunge set. So it made a splatter mark on there. Okay, and then we're going to take the other part that comes in the Gorgeous Grunge and use Bermuda Bay. And actually we can guess on these because this is just the background. Okay, so then we're left with that design. Then we have Sending Good Thoughts Your Way. So we're going to do that in Stays On, and we'll do it up toward the top. So we're building on our card. Here we go. And then we also have from the Sketches set, we're going to use this flower. So we're going to ink that. And this is where I want to use my Stamp-A-Majig so that I can place it on my window sheet. Okay, I think I want to stamp it gotta go down a little bit more. Since we have where we're going to stamp this, take your clear window sheet, which is the same size, just slide it under. What you're going to do is ink it also with the Stays On ink, because the window sheets really work well. Now you're going to ink that right on top, and then so that helped us measure. So you'll see that you stamped right on top of it there, and it will give you that magic illusion. Okay, and then if we look at the original card, we have one more, and you can put the splatter on it, or you can leave it off, and I'm going to leave it off, and I'm going to demonstrate. You stamp this flower one more time on a scrap of white. Now I'm going to demonstrate the markers. These are Blendibilities markers. 3 different colors from light to dark. So here's the green set, the red set, and here's the Coastal Cabana set. It's one of my favorites, really. So what we're going to do, I'll just demonstrate real quick. Start with the darker one, and what you want to do is start with the dark in the middle of the flower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll show you what I've done. Okay? So you're giving some dimension to to that. Okay? And these are alcohol-based markers, and you can blend and shade with them. So, and they have square tips, make sure they're tight-fitting. Then you take the next one, the next lighter, darker one to it, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've done the dark in the middle. Now I'm going to do the next shade just a little bit on the top. Let me show you what I mean. And I'll do the stems too while I'm thinking of it. Okay. Put those lids on. Then we're going to take the last one. So that's what it looks like now. Then we're going to shade, and I have found using the lighter one, if you go over the lighter shade 2 times, then it really blends nice. So here's what that looks like. See how it's kind of dark and then goes to light? Let's do this one more time with the lighter, and then it'll blend, because it's a little bit on the dark side there. Okay? So, there we go. So we have blended from light to dark, and just reach over and get my scissors. Then I'm going to just very quickly cut my flower. Usually I have this done, but I really wanted you to see really how little time it takes. Okay, and we're going to cut the flower. Right. I'm just going to show you how to lay it on top, and then we'll show you the one that's already made. So then on here, you're going to take what you've done on the stamping on the clear one and the white underneath it, and you're just going to take a small punch. It's just, I think it's the tiniest one there is, like 1/8 of an inch, and you're going to punch through both layers. You're going to attach a brad and put the brad right in there, because when you go to pull it up, you'll have something to grab onto. Yeah, there we go. So, and then the magic of this card really is, this is how you do the magic of the card. And 2, what you're going to do is take a dimensional, put it underneath and pop it up underneath this layer. That way you've got a layer and you've got your card. So let me show you how that works. When you're done with that, because you don't have to do any gluing, you take the card out, and that's what I've done under there. I popped it out with dimensionals, slipped this red on top, and then since it has a pocket, the white goes in there and the window sheet goes in there. And then you just take the rest of your scrap and stamp flowers on it, pop it out with dimensionals and some pretty gold insides of the flower there. So I hope that you have enjoyed this project. It was really pretty fun and simple to make. And you can go to, if you have any questions or want to order these, jennydaysstamps.stampinup.net for more information and videos and tips. And I look forward to making another video with you really soon. So until then, happy stamping and give this magic card a try.